Subtraction of rational numbers. We know that rational numbers take many different forms. Sometimes rational numbers are integers, sometimes these are fractions, sometimes rational numbers are in the form of decimals. So while dealing with addition and subtraction of rational numbers, sometimes we will need to subtract integer from integer or integer from fraction. Sometimes we will be subtracting a decimal from integer, and similarly fraction from integer, like vice versa. There are many possible combinations. In this question, we'll try to accommodate as many concepts as many we can, but it really is up to students to practice these questions which they have learned in previous classes, and practice makes perfect. So let's get this question started. Subtract the sum of 13.789 and 1/2 from the difference of minus 5.748 and minus 18, and then prove that the answer is irrational number. This question we are going to break into pieces, and we will first calculate the difference of minus 5.748 and minus 18. So difference of minus 5.748 and minus 18. When we translate this language into mathematical language, difference means the subtraction sign, preserving the order. Like minus 5.748 should come first and minus 18 should come later, as they are laid out in the sentence. Only the difference will replace the negative sign. So therefore we're going to write an equivalent statement, which would be minus 5.748 minus, this minus is for the word difference, and then whatever number we are going to subtract, that is minus 18. And here is an interesting situation. One negative sign is in front of another negative sign. In fact, these two signs are now being multiplied. Whenever two similar signs multiply, the answer is always positive. If two opposite signs multiply, the answer is negative. Like minus times minus is always positive, and if it was minus times positive, the answer would be positive. Okay, and next is equal to minus 5.748, and this will become positive 18. If we are doing this operation manually, it would be easier if we write these numbers vertically, and always write the bigger number on the top. Which number is bigger, 18 or minus 7.48? I'm sure that 18 is bigger, and you all know that. Plus 18. Now this is an integer, but converting an integer into a fraction, a decimal, that is not hard. If you want to write it as a decimal, just place the point and then write as many zeros as many you want. I am placing 3 zeros after the decimal, which absolutely do not change the value of this number, but they just change the representation. And then I have the other number, which is minus 5.74 and 8. If you will align these numbers, decimal must be just below the decimal. Draw the line and then start the subtraction, of course from the right side, but here we cannot take away 8 from this 0 because 0 is smaller. That's why we borrow 1 from the next number, which is again 0, and then borrow 1 from the next number, which is again 0 and has nothing to give. So it borrows from the next number, which is 8. So why borrow 1 from 8, and this makes it 10. From this 10 we borrow 1 and this makes it 10, and from this 10 we borrow 1 and this makes this 10. And out of this 10 take away 8, will leave behind 2. And now here we already borrowed, so this leaves here 9. 9 take away 5, 4 will be 5, and 9 take away 7 will be 2 decimal, and 7 take away 5 here. Remember that it is not 8 here anymore because we already have borrowed 1. So this 5 we have to subtract from 7, which will give us 2 and then 1, and this is the number. Now because here is a positive sign and here is a negative sign, the answer will carry the sign of the bigger number. Which one is bigger? We already know that 18 is bigger and it has positive sign, so answer will carry the positive sign. So this is the difference which we were required to calculate, difference of minus 5.748 and minus 18. Now we are going to calculate, so this is, let's write this answer here. This is plus 12.252. And now we are going to find the sum of those two numbers. So what is the sum of what? Sum of 13.789 and 1/2. Now whenever we need to perform any mathematical operation, it's much easier if both the numbers upon which we are going to operate are of similar type, and we just have to use our common sense to decide which type. Like either we can convert 13.789 to fraction or convert 1/2 to decimal. Converting 1/2 to a decimal is a lot easier, so I will convert 1/2 into decimal. And how do we do that? And 1 is the numerator, so write it inside. 2 is the denominator, write it outside, because 1 is smaller than the 2. So we are going to place decimal here, and then for that decimal place 0 inside, and then read the table of 2 up to 5 up to 10 to 5 times 10, and that's it. So we got 1/2, which is equivalent to 0.5. So let's write this one. Okay, this is equal to, now the sum will be replaced by its mathematical symbol. So 13.789 plus 1/2. Instead of 1/2, now we can write 0.5. We can add as many zeros as many we want on the right side. So we are going to add 2 more zeros here just to make it look like same as the other number, because the other number has 3 after the decimal it has 3 digits. So like I said before, performing manual operation is a lot easier when we do it vertically. The bigger number on the top, 13.789 and 0.500. Let's add them up. It's pretty easy. 9 and 0 is 9, 8 and 0 is 8, and 7 and 5 is 12. 1 carried, decimal, and this is 4 and this is 1. Because both of these numbers have positive signs, so answer will carry the positive sign. Remember that number always consists of 2 things. It's sign and the digits part as well, the number itself. So here we write the answer, which is plus 14.289. Now, in order to understand the question, I would like you to read this. Subtract 5 from 3. Subtract 5, whatever comes after the word from, that is we write first. So 3 and then subtract due to the word subtract. So 3 minus 5. What is equal to? That is equal to minus 2. And similarly, if we were to subtract 9 from 10, which one will come first? Whatever number is after 10, from. So the 10, this means 10 minus 9. So I hope you understand it. Now we were to subtract the sum from difference. Okay, so now we were going to subtract the sum from difference. So difference must be written first. So 12.252 minus 14.289. Again, we need to perform this operation, and obviously when there is no sign, then there is a positive sign, but this number already is positive. So because this calculation is, we are doing it manually, so therefore we are going to write it vertically, and which number will go on the top? Right, the bigger number, and that is minus 14.289, and then will be plus 12.252. Bigger number on the top, smaller number at the bottom, and because both of these signs are opposite, this is negative, this is positive, so what's going to happen? We're going to subtract. If these signs were same, we were going to add the numbers. It's pretty simple. And answer always carries the sign of a bigger number. So for subtraction, take away 2 from 9, that will leave behind 7. Take away 5 from 8, that will give us 3. And take away 2 from 2, that is 0. And then decimal, take away 2 from 4, that will give us 2. And 1 from 1 is 0, which we don't write. And which number is bigger? 14. So answer will carry the negative sign. So here we have the answer minus 2.037. So just one more thing before we let you go, and that is we still have to prove the last part, and that is prove that the answer is a rational number. So what do we need to do in order to prove that this number is a rational number? We have to make sure that this number can be written in the form P over Q, where Q is not equal to 0. We have this definition. Okay, and now because let's convert this into fraction. Minus 2.037. How do we convert a decimal into a fraction? Let's adopt this simple procedure. Draw the line, and instead of decimal, write 1 just below the decimal, and count how many digits are to the right of decimal. 1, 2, 3. So there are 0, 3, 7. So there are three digits. So place 3 zeros here, and then take away this decimal from here. This gives us 2037 over 1000. So this is a simple fraction in which what is P? P is always the numerator. P is equal to 2037, which is an integer. Q is 1000, which is an integer again, and Q is not equal to 0. So that's all that perfectly fits the definition of a rational number. Therefore, we have performed all the necessary calculations and we have proved that the answer is a rational number. See you in the next video.